1. Which security profile should be configured first to prevent known malware from entering the network through web downloads? A. Vulnerability protection profile. Anti-spyware profile. C. Antivirus profile. URL filtering profile. 2. What is the correct order of policy evaluation in PAN-OS? A. Security policy, NAT policy, QoS policy, decryption policy. B. Decryption policy, security policy, NAT policy, QoS policy. C. NAT policy, decryption policy, security policy, QoS policy. QoS policy, NAT policy, security policy, decryption policy. 3. Which App ID technology component uses behavioral analysis to identify unknown applications? A. Application signatures. B. Application decoders. C. Application protocol detection. D. Application heuristics. 4. When configuring a virtual wire deployment, which two interfaces are required at minimum? A. Management and HA interfaces. B. 2 layer 3 interfaces. C. 2 layer 2 interfaces. D. 1 layer 2 and 1 layer 3 interface. 5. What is the primary purpose of security zones in PAN-OS? A. To segment physical network interfaces. B. To logically group interfaces with similar security requirements. C. To prioritize traffic between different network segments. D. To configure redundancy for high availability. 6. Which wildfire submission method provides the fastest verdict response time? A. Public cloud wildfire. B. Wildfire private cloud. C. Wildfire appliance. D. Hybrid wildfire configuration. 7. In a high availability HA active-passive configuration, what triggers a failover event? A. Link monitoring failure only. B. Path monitoring failure only. C. Hello message timeout, link monitoring, or path monitoring failures. D. Management interface failure only. 8. Which CLI command displays the current running configuration on a Palo Alto Networks firewall? A. Show config running. B. Show configuration. E. Show running config. D. Show system info. 9. What is the default behavior when a session matches multiple security rules? A. The firewall denies the traffic. B. The first rule from top to bottom is applied. C. The most specific rule is applied. D. All matching rules are applied sequentially. 10. Which NAT type should be configured when multiple internal users need to access the internet using a single public IP address? Static NAT. Dynamic IP NAT. C. Dynamic IP and port NAT. Destination NAT. 11. What is the maximum number of security profiles that can be attached to a single security policy rule? A. 4 profiles. 6 profiles. 7 profiles. Unlimited profiles. 12. Which Global Protect component is installed on end-user devices? A. Global Protect Gateway. B. Global Protect Portal. C. Global Protect Agent. D. Global Protect Console. 13. When implementing SSL forward proxy decryption, which certificate must be deployed to client devices? A. Server certificate. B. Intermediate CA certificate. C. Forward trust certificate. D. Forward untrust certificate. 14. What is the purpose of the application override policy? A. To bypass App ID and force traffic to a specific application. B. To override default application timeouts. C. To change application risk levels. D. To modify application characteristics. 15. Which log type captures traffic that matches a security policy rule with logging enabled? A. System log. B. Configuration log. C. Traffic log. D. Threat log. 16. In user ID, which method provides the most accurate user-to-IP mapping in a Windows Active Directory environment? A. Server monitoring. Syslog parsing. C. Terminal services agent. D. Captive portal. 17. What is the minimum PAN-OS license required to use App ID functionality? A. Threat prevention license. URL filtering license. C. No additional license required. Wildfire license. 18. Which command commits a configuration change and forces all administrators out of configuration mode? A. Commit. Commit force. Commit and quit. Commit admin force. 19. When configuring Panorama, which mode allows the firewall to receive only template configurations? A. Panorama mode. B. Template mode. C. Legacy mode. D. Device group mode. 20. What is the purpose of the vulnerability protection profiles block IP action? A. Blocks the source IP for 60 seconds. Blocks the destination IP permanently. C. Blocks all traffic from the source IP for a configured duration. D. Blocks only the specific vulnerability signature. 21. Which App ID engine processes SSL TLS encrypted traffic after decryption? App ID cache. B. Application protocol decoder. C. Application signature matching. D. Session heuristics. 22. In a virtual system VEST deployment, which component is shared across all virtual systems? A. Security policies. B. Management interface. Security zones. NAT policies. 23. What is the correct syntax to test DNS resolution from the CLI? Ping host DNS name. B. Test DNS resolution hostname. Show DNS resolution name. D. Test routing fib lookup. 24. Which content update type includes new application signatures for App ID? A. Antivirus updates. B. Applications and threats content updates. C. Wildfire update. D. Global Protect client updates. 25. When implementing QoS, which class provides the highest priority? Class 1. Class 4. Class 7. Class 8. 26. What is the purpose of security profile groups? A. To group multiple firewalls for centralized management. B. To combine multiple security profiles into a single object. To organize security policies by department. D. To group users with similar security requirements. 27. Which interface type is used for communication between HA peers? A. HA1 for control plane, HA2 for data plane. B. HA1 for data plane, HA2 for control plane. C. HA1 only for both control and data. D. HA2 only for both control and data. 28. What happens when a firewall is configured in tap mode? A. Traffic is actively blocked based on policies. B. Traffic is passively monitored without enforcement. C. Only threat logs are generated. D. The firewall operates as a transparent bridge. 29. Which feature allows the firewall to identify users without requiring authentication? A. Active Directory integration. User ID redistribution. Passive user ID via logs. D. Global Protect. 30. In the security policy rule base, what does the intrazone default rule permit? A. All traffic within the same zone. B. All traffic between different zones. C. Only authenticated user traffic. D. Management traffic only. 31. Which decryption profile setting controls the minimum TLS version allowed? SSL protocol settings. B. Protocol version settings. Minimum version. TLS handshake settings. 32. What is the primary purpose of the ACC, Application Command Center? A. To configure applications. B. To visualize traffic patterns and threats. C. To create security policies. D. To manage user accounts. 33. When troubleshooting connectivity issues, which CLI command shows the session table? A. Show session info. B. Show session all. Show session ID. D. Show running sessions. 34. Which zone protection profile feature protects against reconnaissance attacks? A. Packet-based attack protection. B. Protocol protection. C. Flood protection. D. Reconnaissance protection. 35. What is the function of a decryption mirror in SSL decryption? A. To create a backup of decrypted traffic. B. To forward decrypted traffic to a third-party device. C. To mirror encrypted traffic before decryption. D. To duplicate certificates for redundancy. 36. In multi-factor authentication MFA for administrative access, which method can be integrated? A. SMS verification only. Radius with one-time passwords. Email verification only. Biometric authentication. 37. Which NAT rule type is required for external users to access an internal web server? Source NAT. Dynamic NAT. Destination NAT. D. Bidirectional NAT. 38. What is the purpose of the Disable Server Response Inspection option in security profiles? A. Improves performance by skipping server response checks. B. Disables all server communications. C. Prevents server vulnerability scanning. D. Blocks server responses. 39. When implementing DNS security, which feature provides real-time protection against malicious domains? A. Static DNS block list. DNS sinkholing. C. DNS security subscription with machine learning. Custom DNS signatures.